but thank you. Anyone believe in reincarnation here?
Sorry? Yes.
Yeah, you do? Well, I had a cardiac arrest 2 years ago, and I died, and I came back as me. So I don't believe in reincarnation, because there's no way I would come back as this. Would you? I mean, look at it. Just terrible. No way. I was in a crowd the other day as well, and this one person was sat on their own. I said, why are you sitting here alone? They said, I don't like to breathe the same air as anyone else. So, well, that's unfortunate, because I am identifying as an air particle. They were confused. I said, tomorrow I'm going to hold a piece of cheese and identify as a fridge. Who knows what I'm going to identify as the next day? And then he moved away, further away from me. My wife said to me, she said, my choir said to me, you've got a rock voice. What do you think that is? I said, well, it's obviously not a scissor or paper voice, is it? And then I got the irritated face. Anyone go to the Lightscape Festival in Kings Park? Anyone do that? Go to Lightscape? I didn't think much of it the first time, so I went again. Much better at night. It is, much better. And I went to this wedding, beautiful wedding, a couple of weeks ago. Beautiful wedding, great reception, lovely couple, great food, a little bit awkward. Hopefully next time I get invited. As you can see, some people say you wouldn't hurt a fly. I would. I'd get hold of that fly, I'd hold it down, I'd say, I don't like you for vomiting on my food, and then sucking it up again through your proboscis. And then I'd get some tweezers and I'd pull off its legs one by one. I would. And I'd look for its wings, and then when I couldn't find them, I'd think, you just think about your behaviour. And as I'm looking at it closely, I'd think, hang on a minute, 8 legs, no wings, a mutated fly. What's the world coming to? And people say, I want to be a fly on the wall. No, you don't. Flies don't have ears. And also, they don't live very long, because if I get hold of them, I'd hold down that fly, I'd pin it down, I'd pull off its legs, I wouldn't be fooled by 8 legs anymore, I'd pull them off, I'd make sure there was 6, and I'd say, you can think about your behaviour when you vomited on my food and then you sucked it up again through your proboscis, terrible fly. And then I'd look and I'd go, hang on a minute, 8 wings? A mutated spider. The world really has gone mad. As you can tell, I like to work out at the gym. I like to work out at the gym why they go there so early. Must be all the waiting. My preferred exercise is running, so I like to put on my running kit, and then it's... Eventually I leave the house. And I'll be running down the footpath, and I'll be overtaken by those bikes and those scooters. I hate those scooters. They're really horrible. That's not exercise. No, it's not exercise. And then they start thinking that they own the pathway, and then they ring their bell, and then they shout at you. This one guy went ring ring, and he shouted at me. He went scooter. I shouted back runner. That confused him, so he crashed into the fence, came off his little scooter, and I went accident. He was even more confused by that. He started shouting abuse at me, but I couldn't hear him because I didn't have my glasses on. So I looked back at him and I said to him, the best line of that fence is always a fence. He was really angry with me. He got back on his scooter, but the front wheel was a bit damaged. So he went off to go, he pressed the button, and he went into the other side and crashed again. So I looked back at him and went, another offence. He was really unhappy with that. He got off his bike and he dropped his scooter. He came running after me. I ran faster and I hid. And that's how I achieved my fastest time for that particular distance. A woman recognised me in the street. Do you know how I know? She said, I recognise you. I said, is it because of my stand-up comedy? She said, no. I was crestfallen. She said, you're that guy who likes to whine and whinge about things. I said, oh, thanks very much. Nice to be recognised. I was a bit confused, so I went back into my house. I went in my house, I saw my daughter, she was cooking in the kitchen. And she was using every single utensil, including the potato masher. She was only cooking soup. That was irritating, but it does make you appreciate the finer things. Kids make you appreciate the finer things in life, don't they? Like wine. And I say you shouldn't have a favourite kid, but I do. Mine's Dave, my mate's son. And when the kids were younger, I used to play hide and seek with them. One of them, not very good at hiding. The other one, brilliant at it. Still haven't found them. Just kidding, they're both good at hide and seek. Used to build them tree houses as well. Used to build them tree houses until the council sent me a letter and said, can you stop cutting down the trees? And then my wife took us to a wine festival. She said, oh, we're going to a wine festival. I was irritated by that. I thought, the wine festival. We got in the car, we drove to this wine festival, got caught behind a slow-moving car. I was irritated by that. We eventually got to this wine festival, which irritated me even more because there was a big queue to get in. That really irritated me. Eventually got in, just a load of English people. Complaining. I loved it. Thanks very much. I've been at Meczes.